Hi, I am making an app with StateAdapt and I wanted to show it to you. This isn't an official tutorial or anything. I just wanted to capture my thought process at this time as I use StateAdapt, and hopefully this can be helpful to somebody. Um, the API isn't 100% stable yet, but it's probably close. Um, but I'll just first explain this app. So it is a shopping app. And what you do is you have a bunch of fruit here and you can add them to the cart. It doesn't work yet because the state management is the part that we're going to do. And you can remove them from the cart and you can filter the items based on price, and nothing is hooked up. I just created a bunch of resources and I'm going to use them in this app. This is, you can find this in the StateAdapt repo probably. It's going to be NG for Angular, SA for StateAdapt, and it's a shopping demo. And the resources, I'm probably going to implement this in multiple state management libraries. So I created a library for the shared thing. So here are all those SVGs for the fruit. And then a bunch of components. Got the product interface, just things that are going to be shared between the different demos. So I've pulled from these. I've also made this general component. It uses projection so that literally no styles have to be repeated between the apps. So here we are literally just focusing on giving these components what they need in order to function. So this is only state management. Yeah, and I've defined all of these here, but I may change this during this video because I want it to reflect accurately what you might find in the real world, and that might be a slow part of the video, so I'm not going to do it yet. So first I'll talk about the general approach that I have decided to do. I'll introduce the components first. We've got the StateAdapt product filters. These are these things up here. And rather than create some super generic thing for this, I'm just gonna have a state management, like a model for this state that's specific to price filter. And then the products component, I'm passing in, they're going to be filtered components. For now, it's just this list here, but it will render them out like this. It shows the price here. This is the quantity. Okay, I thought for a second I was pressing the up arrow. That confused me. Add to cart. Yeah, so that's that. And then cart items, it takes in the same type of item. It's a product, and it renders it in a vertical list over here. This is, yeah, it's all just hard-coded right now. So my thinking was I wanted to have this reflect somewhat what a real app would be like. And so I'm going to create a folder for products. And usually I like to structure my projects based on what interface they fit. So inside here, I would normally put like the product component, but that's in the library that I'm sharing between these libraries, or these apps. So that's not going to be in there. Normally I'd also put the interface for product in there. That's also shared, so I'm not going to put that in there. So using folders might seem a little bit heavy for such few resources that we're actually going to end up creating. But I'm going to do it anyway, just so it can reflect what I would actually do. So first thing is to create the adapter file. And yeah, So we're going to create a product adapter. I don't really know exactly what's going to go in it, but export const product adapter equals create adapter. And no suggestions because this file itself isn't being imported anywhere yet. So just for now, I'm going to import that manually. StateAdapt core. Yep. And it's going to have a product in it. Hey, got that one. Because of Stack Blitz, I am importing the shared resources with relative imports. Okay, I'm not sure. Oh, there's that. Okay. Because then StateAdapt can find them and it won't try to install it as an npm package. So that's just a little thing you have to do. Well, in my repo here. Okay, so normally you'd have a bunch of state reactions here. I'm not entirely sure what I'm going to have with state management for products right now. There's going to be quantity change, so let's just do that. New quantity, I'll just call it quantity. And that's going to be a number. Shoot. It's going to involve a specific product, right? What is the payload going to look like for this? So we're down in the item component. So let's look at that real quick. Okay. So I like inline templates, but I don't like that it's not highlighting. I'm sure there's a way to fix that. I mean, there may not be. I think inline templates should be more popular personally because you have everything together and your component should be small anyway. So, but yeah, so that's the default. You've got quantity change here. It's going to emit a number, and this is just a single product. This is tough. So I'll show you the interface for product. It's got a name, and this is kind of going to be the unique identifier. Normally you just have an ID, but I'm just coupling it with name because this is a demo app. And image, string, price is a number, quantity is a number. So, I mean, there are two ways of doing this. I could, oh, this is multiple products. Where's the single product? So if I was not being super reactive, one thing I could do is create a payload or just create an updated product as the payload and update that. But that would be kind of pointless because you're having the state updating logic locally here, and the event ideally is just going to be a really stupid thing. So yeah, just a very simple, pure thing like this happened. It involved this, it involved this, and just the information needed in order for the adapter to be able to handle the change. So where are we emitting it? So ng model change, we've got event here. quantity product.name. We could do that. We could do that, and that would change it. I don't. There's not type checking right now. Haven't really set that up, I guess. But so we need an interface, and I didn't make folders for these, so I'm going to be lazy and create the payload here. I'm just going to call it quantity change. And it's going to have quantity number. I'll put name first. And it's sort of like, I actually don't have much of a problem with putting it right here in the component file, because it is defining the output. It's very close to the component. If like the component is kind of the source of truth on this, like doesn't have to be permanently, but seeing as how the folders are crowded and I'm kind of lazy, I don't want to create a new file with the quantity change interface. I'm just going to put there for now. I really don't care right now. And actually, you know what, thinking about it, normally I would at this point create a folder, just because it bugs me at this point once I put this much thought into it, but I'm not going to right now. So yeah, I'd have to update what I'm exporting and everything. Actually, I think I have to do that anyway, because this is just being imported into the module, and then the module itself is exporting the component. So dang it. All right, fine. I'll just put it here though. And then we'll be importing it. Good, it found it correctly. And now I'll just do quantity change interface, export that. And it's just a name and a number. And then over here in the adapter, this is no longer going to be that. It's going to be, might as well deconstruct it. Destructure it. Okay, quantity change. Nice. Okay, so state is actually, oh shoot, yeah, we actually need it to be an array of products. It's going to be a bunch of products. Why isn't it? Oh, it's because of this error here. So doesn't infer it yet. No, I've got to actually start typing something that isn't weird. Oh, no. What do I have wrong here? Expected 0 arguments, got 1. Oh. Wait. No, this is what it's supposed to be. Oh yeah, okay, I remember. Yeah, create adapter. It infers a lot of types behind the scenes, and so if you actually look at the implementation here, yeah, it has selectors, it's got reactions, and it's got state. But in order to let people pass in state but not have to define these, but just infer what they should look like based on state and what you pass in, you have to have this be its own function and return a separate function on the inside. So this is something that they changed in the TypeScript version that was somewhat recent, and they don't allow you to pass in to provide one optional parameter. Either all type parameters have to be required or optional. I think that's how it is. So the first function passes in the parameter that's required. After that, this function infers everything. So that's just how it's going to be. And then we'll do a regular state update, immutable state update here. So if it matches, then what we want to do is update the product with the quantity. Okay, it's just slow. If not, just leave it alone. Okay, so this is a state reaction now that will update the quantity. Cool, good, that is wonderful. Okay, so we've got that action. Maybe I'm doing this in the wrong order. Okay, I'm going to define a service now, because I'm handling events that I have not yet defined. So, yeah, I should have done this first. Okay, it's still taking me time to figure out this reactive way of thinking. So, okay, so we've got a bunch of events on this screen, and right now we're dealing with products. So I'm just going to focus on the events that are here and up here. So we've got add to cart, quantity change. I'm just going to define the quantity change one right now. So, and they're all going to be sources, and it's going to use that event here. And this is just something I'm doing for now. I don't know if it's going to be something that sticks, but just because this is self-descriptive, so like, might as well, like, if you're looking at Redux DevTools and you see this, you can just search exactly for that string and then find the observable that it's from. And like, it could do something like, you know, namespaces like that, and that's probably what people will end up doing. But that's how I would define it. Okay, so quantity change is great. What do we have left next? We have I want these to represent events. I could call it add to cart, because added sounds like it was already added. What you're really wanting to express is a user expressed a desire to have the product added to the cart. So it's an event that happened. They actually wanted to do it, but if you call it add to cart, that kind of represents that. I'll just try that for now and see how I like it. And what are we gonna? We're gonna pass the entire product. So the way I'm doing it is, when you add it, it just moves over. It removes it from this list and adds it to this list. It's not maybe a typical shopping cart, but it's the demo that I created. So that's how I'm going to do it. And so with that in mind, when you click on this, what data do you need in order to make that change? I think you need the whole product. Yeah. So it's just going to be a product. Okay. And oops. Plop this in front. Cool. All right. And anything else? What other events do we have? We have remove from cart. Let's just copy that. Remove from. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. Any other events? That's it for products. All right, so the adapter. Okay, I'm gonna call, okay, yeah, I'm gonna define an add product. It's gonna be sorted. Oops. State and product. I don't think it matters that much. What is the, okay. It's a little slow. I haven't restarted my computer in a little while, so maybe remove product. Okay, it's going to be state filter. Thank you, autocorrect. Okay, product. And then you've got the clean code, meaningless distinctions, chapter or section just playing in my head. This isn't a new product, it's a product to remove. So which part do we add the meaningful distinction to? I'll just be explicit with it for now. So let's see. Oh, you know what? Hey, trick. Avoid the ugly, awkward name and just destructure like that. Hey, look at that. Okay, that's great. Cool. We got add product, remove product, change quantity. That'll be it for now. I want to add a feature where prices are updated in real time in case, I don't know, hyperinflation is occurring or something like that. I don't know. Just to put something more real time into it for fun, but I'm not going to worry about that yet. And for selectors, I don't think we need any selectors right now because maybe a sort one, but I won't worry about that right now because this is just the product adapter. I think we will have to end up combining, yeah, we need to incorporate the filters. So there are multiple ways of doing this. You can either have one bigger state structure that involves both filters and the list of products, and that might make sense, especially with like the entity adapter. It already has some internal structure. I may end up creating I'm going to create an async entity adapter, and it makes sense to have that, the loading state for asynchronous data, to have that be right next to those things, so it just kind of extends that state structure. But with filters and pagination and sorting and all that stuff, should I have it also be part of that, or should I have it be a separate adapter and then you can combine later? I think it makes sense to make state somewhat small, just so that it, just like with components, so that they're more likely to be able to be reused. So yeah, so I'm not going to worry about filters here. I'm going to define those in another place. So I'm going to use the join function for that. But for now, this is just products. Okay. So now we can create a store. Actually, first we need a constructor. Okay, calm down. private adapt, adapt common, any. Okay, and now this is going to be this.adapt.init, and it's going to be products. What's next? I think the adapter. Cool. And then initial state. Okay, and then, all right, the fun part, the easy part. Just plug in the reactions. So we've got quantity or change quantity. Good. Okay, this is actually going to be when they remove from the cart, and we will remove a product when we add to cart. All right. Cool. That's fun. This is a service. It's provided in root. So in order to use this, okay, you know what? This should be imported, and this should be the full list as the initial state. Just for now, because I don't want to involve the async stuff yet. Or ever. I don't know if I'm going to involve it or not. But, so this will be moved. Oh yeah, this is one I got rid of. And quantity 1 is the same, so that's why I just added a map at the end. I really hate non-dry code. But yeah, sometimes I go to strange lengths to avoid it. But okay, so that's, I looked at the core library for a second. Let's avoid that. Just call it that. Ons products. And we'll import that. And okay, sure, this will work. And I will export this in index. And it uses the interface, so I'll just. Okay, hang on a second. What is this? We've got pineapples here. Do we have pineapples in here? Yes, we do. So we have that duplicated. So, all right, that's all the products. So that should be fine. I'm sorry, just went ahead of myself there for a second. Since I'm here, I'll just start this right now. So we're going to use the product service. And it's not in the recommended system yet because it hasn't been imported anywhere yet. So now if I do this, it should recommend it. Good. Okay. And for now, we will just set this equal to, product service dot. Did we define the store completely yet? Yeah, we did. Get state. That should be fine now. And I will just import the products. Let's see if it finds it. Yep, it did. Cool. Okay, so if I do that and then do that, this should actually work. So let's see what, hang on. Export products was not found. Right. So it knows it's there, but we did export it. Hang on. That should go below, shouldn't it? Did that? Okay, that actually mattered. Okay, I remember barrel files. Barrel files suck. but it's something we just deal with. Okay, something isn't happy here. No provider for adapt common. Did I not do this? Did I not set this project up yet with the StateAdapt? I'm in the wrong place. Okay, I didn't. Okay, I'm just gonna copy. I honestly can't remember how to do this, so just gonna copy it from here. App component, app module. So let's see what happens here. Move that there, move that there. Sure, I'll make this go first because it's core and that's my library stuff. Okay, let's see if that makes the app happy. So far, it looks good. There it is, and look, there's all the fruit. And let's make sure that it's actually putting it in properly, and it is. So there we go. We've got products, and there they are. Cool. In the store and everything. That is just so neat. Okay, let's hook up the quantity change source now. I'm in the app module. So that's going to be, okay. I hope that's an output of this component. Let's go visit that component. Not yet. That's okay. In-cart changes, that's what I call it, in-cart change. Oh, that's because they're the same component. This and this, and so if it's in the cart, it changes to this button, and then if it's not in the cart, it looks like that. So just a lot of reused stuff there. It doesn't have to be, but I did. So yeah, quantity change equals, here's one that I haven't done yet, output quantity change equals new, I should have just copied it, new event emitter with quantity change right there, and it's a local thing because this is in the library. Okay, nice. All right, now I will go over to the app component and use that. I might as well, wait a sec. Okay. Not getting type prediction here, whatever it's called. Quantity change equals, okay, this will be just that. I'm tempted to make this public and use it directly in the template, but it doesn't matter. It'll only save a little bit and it'll make the template bigger, and I don't like big templates, so this is fine. Next event, right? Okay. Oh, did I put event in this component? Ha! I didn't even call it. Let's do it because it's the Angular way. Okay. Nice. Okay, I think that should be good then. Let's see if this works. Yep. That's kind of annoying that it flickers actually. But I am just happy that it works. Yeah, That's the least interesting thing. Anyway, it worked. The quantity is changing as you click, so that's nice. Maybe I should increase this small. Yeah. All right, there you go. There's the diff. It keeps changing. Wait a sec. Okay, good. And it's just changing the first one. Let's change one of the other ones. Let's do Pina. That one is good. Good. Yep, 3. Good. All right, so that is in the store now. How cool is that? Okay. So we've got quantity change, filter products. Let's do add to cart. Okay, this is, I won't worry about the cart store quite yet, but yeah, this should just work. In cart change. Let's see. I think that's what we called it. Looks good so far. It's gonna be the whole product, so yeah, that should work. Let's go back to product service just to remind ourselves what's in there. Add to cart. It is handled by remove, so this should work. That didn't work. Didn't trigger it at all. Man, after 4 years, I'm still not used to Mac OS sometimes, like with the command tab versus command tilde or whatever. Okay, so we need to go in there into the products component. And let's see. Product name. Let's do the whole product. Yeah, okay. That is a mistake. I should have. Man, how come type checking in templates isn't enabled by default? I need to set that to true in our project. Still no. What's missing? Okay, add to cart here. Let's just see if it's at least firing with the product in it first. Okay. No. Okay, let's go further down. Product stock component. That's okay. In cart change. Oh, I bet it's no. I don't know what it's doing. Let's just look. In cart change, is that Boolean? Products. That's products.ts. Products.component. Let's organize this. Products.component. Where does it get this product from? Oh, it's just here. Right. So we can kind of infer what it is trying to add. So honestly, this should be void, the event down here, because it's just saying, okay, I don't know what list I'm in, but they clicked on the in cart change, and so go ahead, Vlad, go ahead and update that. You know the context, you know what it means. That's kind of what it is. So in cart change, And I'm kind of inferring it here as well, because I've got this ngIf if it's in cart to show the primary or the secondary button. You know what? And the text changes too. That's the other thing. So I guess I won't make those the same. Okay, so we'll just do that, and I hope this actually works. I don't know why it would or wouldn't work. I'm actually confused. In cart change for product. Let's just add a method here real quick and debug this. Let's see. We'll call it A. That's a good one. It's a good name for a debugging method. Okay, and we'll for now call this A. Okay. Hey, that's great. Okay, so this is actually being called. Okay, am I item added? Oh, because it's the products component. Oh gosh. Fine. Honestly, yeah, that's the same thing. The past tense when it's expressing an intent that was expressed in the past by the user. I kind of want to just call it add item though. I'll just call it in cart change because that's what it is below. And honestly, it confused me before, so I might as well just make it consistent all the way up. That is not the app component. That list used to be in this, but I moved it. Okay, cart change. Where are we here? Okay. There we go. There's gotta be a way to fix that. For now I don't care. I mean, eventually I should do like a track by type thing. Probably. Alright, we added all the fruit. Okay. Now let's implement the shopping cart. Okay. Where's the shopping cart? Product service. Product service. Okay. This is one where I think I'm going to put these in the same service because these states are very closely related. And events from one are going to affect the other. So add to cart is going to actually add it to the cart, and remove from cart is going to take it out. So this is actually going to be reusing the same adapter. We're going to call this cart products, and it's going to start off with nothing. I'll just call it cart store. Yeah, I'll just call it cart. Who cares? And the thing that changes here is when we add a product, it's going to add it to the cart. So yeah, same thing, but the events are switched with adding and removing from the cart. So isn't this cool? Product adapter. A real shopping cart maybe wouldn't be built exactly like this because you've got like I said, that thing from before, maybe you're not removing them from the original list, but there are, like, this is just a demonstration of how easy it is if there are situations where you want to reuse a state management pattern. It is super easy. So If we just do that and then make use of that now over here, let's see. So we've got filtered products. We've got cart products from the cart store. And these cart products, you can get rid of that. We're going to go here and plug in there. There you go. And then remove. Why? Why didn't that? Oh. I didn't hook up that event yet. So let's do that. Let's see what the event name is here and then go change it. Item removed. Let's just, we'll just pass in the whole product. I couldn't have done it the other way, but who cares? This is fine. Okay, cart component. I hope that's all we need from you. And now we just need to cart change. And this will be remove from. Event. Good. Okay, now this should work. Yeah, where'd it go? Of course, at the end. Right. Pretty neat. It worked exactly like we thought it would. So remove. And if you remove it there, it'll resets to 1. That's kind of weird. I didn't expect that. Why did that happen? That continued on. And you move it out. And okay, that's 4 now. Oh, quantity change doesn't matter down in the cart. I haven't hooked that up yet. That is less important, but it still seems like something that I intended on doing differently. So actually, I'm going to copy it just over straight from here. So we got quantity change, the cart component. Just add that there, import that. Okay, and now I'm going to just close that. I don't think we're going to use those anymore. Quantity change. Yeah, this will work because both adapters, so both stores or instances, are going to only update the item if it exists in the array. It's also going to be dot mapping on it. So if you change a quantity in the cart, it's going to be updating both arrays. So don't care. If there are performance optimizations I need to make above this, that's fine. This is something you'd find in any Redux like situation. So event .next, that's what's missing there. Okay. Update, and then still didn't do anything, did it? I don't understand. Quantity change. And like, if you look here, I just copied that. So it should be pumping it into the same thing. Quantity change. Guess we're not done with you yet. Cart. Okay. Quantity change. Oh, I didn't hook it up down here. So I'm going to put a bow. Okay, there we go. All right. Okay. Actually, let's use negative of them. Okay, and you know what? I could just put min on the input itself. That's probably what I would do, but I don't care. I think people should be able to add a cart with 0 quantity. I think that's fair. Okay, so that is cool. That is done, and now the filtering part and the join function. So now we've got this store here. We've got products and this. We've got kind of 2 stores in here, but whatever. And let's see. I want to do filters now. So I'm going to create a filters folder and then a filter adapter. And then export const filter adapter equals create adapter. I'm going to make an interface for this probably. Okay, so yeah, I think yeah. This will be fine. It's just gonna be hard coded. It'll be simple, and yeah. So there are gonna be 4. It'd be easy to add more, but basically, be toggling a filter. That will be a state, and then let's see. We're gonna want the key, and then we'll just do. This is just really straightforward. That toggles it, so great. Yeah, that's very simple. Okay, where do I put this interface for filters? I'm going to put it in the library. And exciting. And we need to go back. And this is going to be like one of the top ones. Okay, and now we're going to use that in our filters adapter. Filter adapter. Excellent. Okay. No relative. Dropping source. Okay. Nice. All right. Now we'll create some filter. Should I call it store or service? I don't actually know what I should do. The reason I didn't even think to call the other one store is because it had 2 stores in it. Like technically, 2 mini stores. I'm gonna go with store for now. No. It's going to be named service. When I import it into app component, I don't want to call it store because then there'll be a property on it called store. So I will just call it a service. I could call it a store service, but hopefully this suffices. Filter service. Okay. I almost copy and pasted this. I may as well. Nice. All right, now we're going to have events. Just filter. See, I created the adapter before this. Again. Maybe it's not bad. I don't know. Filter toggle, and I'll just have a string as the key. What's going on here? Oh. Pass in the argument. Great. Yeah, this one will just be filters, sure. And filter adapter and initial state. Filters.ts, similar to products. Should I do that? Product interface, products.component, products. Sure. Okay, and we're going to call it this is the initial state. Same with products, I guess. This is ridiculous. What about text? The component will just expect these, I guess. I could define more comprehensive oh, geez. What's up with this? This one is weird with me right now. Okay. No, between 4. No, it's above. Yeah, like you can do anything with this. So I'm not going to worry about showing something more generic. I'm just going to make it hard coded basically into our filters component. So product filters dot component. I could just call it filters component, but whatever. And look here. So input filters. Yeah, the type is gonna, okay, so is checked? Yes, good. That's a property. Yeah, the adapter can be more generic. And I can just go ahead and define, it could be more generic, or it doesn't have to be. I would like to have autocomplete here. Yeah, I really would. If it was completely dynamic, I'd probably have some kind of for loop here. So let's go back to the filter adapter, filter interface, I guess. Yeah, and just gonna copy filters and make them booleans. Where did that go? User interface. Okay, and we'll go to the adapter, and this will no longer be a key. It will be, what do you, I forgot how to type this. Does this count? No, key of filters. Good. Okay. It's the less generic adapter, but whatever. I could have defined a new interface for this adapter and then made it more generic, and it would have been happy. But yeah. Okay. Filters. Oh, the component. That's what I was editing. Okay. What is this then? Aha. Right. Back to this. Might as well just import a what? Oh. Okay. All right. So that's the default state. That's fine. Filters dot. That's not a boolean. Okay. Under one. Okay. And now. Between 2 and 3. This one will be between 3 and 4. This one will be over. Oops. Above. That's what I call it. Maybe I should match the user interface. Pretty sure it's above. Wait, what? Dang it. Global search. Replace that with 1 and 2. Okay, and now 3 and 4 replace with 2 and 3. Go. Okay, that's nice. And I will just call this above 3. And where is the interface? We need to update the filters themselves. Okay, that's fine now. All right, I think we're good then. Yeah, should be good. Okay. I don't like this repetition. I'm about to add more repetition here. Okay, and it's going to be ng model change, huh? Indeterminate. Checked change. That's what I'm going to call it. Okay. What was the event called? Let's look at the adapter. Well, there was toggle filter service. That's what we're on. And we'll just call it filter toggle, and hopefully it's good enough. String. String here. Yeah, man, I hate this. I hate this. This has to be. I can't stand this at all. It's got to react to the input. I could create a selector for the UI model, yeah, for the view model. I could. Do I want to? Let's just start it and see what happens. Get filter view, sure. Let's just call it that. Object dot entries of state, and we're going to map, and we're going to have a key and a value, and we're going to map it to okay, here is my thought. Usually, so you could create an adapter that's just for filters, okay, and then you could create another adapter called UI filter adapter that does all the same things but also adds this onto it, okay. So it's optional whether you define this here or not. The view model of filters, what's convenient for the template to consume, that it's going to involve selectors, and so it kind of makes sense to, well, you're going to define selectors in an adapter, but the adapter stops being as generic. It becomes kind of dependent on your, the structure that your component wants, and normally you define the component right next to it, so that's totally fine. I would recommend creating something called a UI filter adapter, and that would be the generic one plus the specific selectors. And then if another component somewhere in the world in your project wants to use the original adapter, it can without importing this logic for mapping the filters for the specific component you made. So that's how I would probably go about doing this. But in this case, I will just for simplicity, even though you would want to define this in a selector, I'm going to define this locally here. So okay. I think I wish inputs were observables. I really wish they were. I could define it as a setter and have logic inside that updates the internal model that's better, but I'm just gonna say for now, copy and paste. Makes me very sad, but it's just a lot of work for now, and in my opinion, not quite enough payoff. So I'll just go ahead and do that. And yeah, I mean, it's kind of hideous. Look at all this repetition. It's just look at all this, just repetition everywhere. But it's simple, and so next level above this would be to define a setter here, and then if Angular made inputs reactive, then that would be trivial. That would be nice. That would be so nice. And then ultimately, my preferred thing would be to create a selector as part of the filter adapter that creates the exact model that you'd want to consume in your component. That'd be the nicest thing. But yeah, because then it puts all of this stuff in pure functions. It's not scattered all over the place, but it's still really close to your component. And it also doesn't force everyone who wants this adapter to consume it the exact same way. Like with your extra logic, unless they wanted it, but I wouldn't do that. Okay, well, anyway, so that was painful, more painful than I thought. And filters, these are going to be imported. This is going to be the initial filters that it starts with. So toggle filter toggle. Okay. What's wrong here? It wants one of these, and it's getting a string, right? Subscribe. What the heck? Oh, it's the undefined thing. What is this? Oh, it's a string. There. Wait a sec. Dang it. Are we importing this anywhere? Yes, we are. Well, there's that. Yeah, so let's fix both of these. We do it right in the adapter, so I'm just going to copy that and replace that here. Nice, and then here. Okay, all right. Why did that? Oh, I didn't hook it up at all here. Okay, so we got filter toggle. Hey, look at that. All right, now we've got our second service that we need. Filters service. No. Oh, right. It's the first time it's being used, so it's got to be imported just like this. Oh. Good. Perfect. Awesome. Okay. And now good. And then filter store, get state. Cool. Filter toggle dot next event. Okay, it should all be hooked up now. Okay, let's try that and see. Yeah. All right. That is beautiful. All right, everything's in the store now. Filters, and now we can put them together. So, filters don't depend on products. I have two options here. I need to combine them now. So I have two options. One option is to go ahead and put this in here and just say, hey, let's, and this is what I'm going to do because it's easy. Private filters. Oops. Filter service. Okay, and then I'm going to say now I can join them. Filters. First of all, I'm going to copy this from filter. Why didn't it detect that? And then I'm going to say, before I finish this, I'm going to explain what I was about to explain. I could just create a new folder called filtered product and then have that as its own service. So there, yeah, there's flexibility there. I'm just going to pack it in here because this is a very small service and why not? But yeah, I could totally create a new folder and call it a filtered product store. So there's service. So yeah, that's a pattern. You kind of I like to organize things by interface, and if I have to combine two interfaces, like if I have to reach into multiple folders, I might as well just create a new folder for that combination. And I think that works out fine. Like you want a relatively flat project structure. So anyway, so join. I haven't used this in a long time. Did I even export it correctly? Okay, that didn't show it was in the core, but anyway. So what you do here, if I've used this like twice, you want to join, what are we doing? We're joining the filter store with the product store. Okay. And yes, I think I'm doing this right. What is this? Fine. This should just work for now. What's going on here? Okay, let's look at join. All right. Okay, so we've got stores, and yeah, it's going to be an array. And you've got get selectors. That's just a function. So I think I'm doing this right, right? Yeah, that's a mini store. That should work. What's angry about it? Don't give me that. Oh, maybe it doesn't know exactly what. What was I? Oh, maybe it doesn't know which signature I'm going for. So let's just try this. Does it need to? What's the return type? Well, it's just a joined mini store, which is just selectors, right? Oh, yeah. Well, selections. Oh, that's the output of the joined mini store, but no, selector. This is what I need. So yeah, it's just going to be selectors. So I'm returning selectors. Okay. So let's go back to product service and return some selectors. So get filtered products. Okay. How do I use this? Trying to remember. Okay, this is really bugging me. Why isn't this working? Have I really never done this with multiple types before? Look at this. Ah, no. Wait a sec. Oh, these are, if it's the same type, you can put them in an array. Okay, but normally they're passed as separate arguments, so no array here, I guess. Yeah, there we go. That's silly. Okay. So these are your filter selectors, and these are product selectors. Honestly, you're just gonna have get state with both of them. So get filters. Okay, give him aliases there. Oh yeah, right. So here you're actually going to use the function create selector from reselect, and that's why it's a pure dependency and stuff. You might already be using it anyway. Do you use an array at first? Get filters, get products, and then here you got filters and products. Okay, yeah, okay, this makes sense. Okay, now we actually get to apply the filters to it. For now, I'm just gonna do products and just use that and just show that it's sort of still working. Where's the outcome? So filtered products, filtered product store, and that's not good. What's going on here? I mean, the products are fine, the filters are fine. What's going on here? Something's going on here, right? Oh, right, it's not get state anymore. It's going to be get filtered products. So, yeah, because get state just returns the array. It's kind of the default. It just returns an array of the input states. It's going to be really boring. So, yeah, get filtered products is going to be the appropriate one. Yep, there we go. Yeah, it's all good. And then we can toggle these, and honestly, it's updating store, right? It should be updating this list. It must be updating so fast that it's not flickering. But yeah, let's go ahead and implement that logic then, the filter logic. So filters. Now we have to define the meaning of each filter key. This is going to be shared logic between the libraries as well. I could call these filter functions. They just return expressions of the evaluate to true or false. I could define the logic inline here, but I really don't feel like doing that. So, yeah. All right, let's try this out. Okay, let's close core again. don't know what else to call this. Okay. I don't know if this is the best way to do this. Does that work? We'll call it what's going on here? Oh, wait. Oh, right. I'm doing this all weird. I can't do that. Maps, object. Oh, right. Okay, I have to remember how to do that. I have to look this up every single time. Oh, it's a type. Type. Or actually, I'll just call this type. Maybe I will want the type though. Export type. Equals. Oh, it's going to be of. Actually, it's not going to take a type parameter. It's just going to be in key of filters. That's just going to be, yeah, this is what I wanted. It's just going to be that. Okay. Okay, so we've got good. Below, or what was it? Under one. Price number. Can it infer it? It can. Okay. How do I do this? It seems rare for something to be exactly $2. Let's just have them all be inclusive. Should it be like that? I don't care. Let's do it. It kind of depends on what the user expects, right? I think so. Price 2, 3, and then above 3 is going to be price. That's going to equal 3. Okay. 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 How nice. Filter functions. So that's that. It's just reusable logic. I'm not 100% sure. I need to go to the product service. Where's product service? Okay, I'm getting too many. Okay. Alright, I'm close enough that I might as well have you watch, so. Yeah, so just getting the active filters first, and then if there are none of them, then return products. If not, then return the products filtered by, whether that price triggers some of the active filters to evaluate true for the filter function that is corresponding with them. And TypeScript is not loving it right now because key is string for some reason. So entries, why is that string? hierarchy of filters. See if that works. What? How do I do this? As. Don't need to do that. String any. Are you kidding me? Entries. What is wrong with you? You suck. Oh. How bad is this? Look at this. No. Okay, let's just. So it's going to be. Let's just try that for now. What is the deal with this? Oh, you need to import that. That worked. It's still stupid. Okay, gosh, that was awful. Why is entry so bad? Okay, well, okay, that works. Okay, this should totally work now. All right, look at that. Peaches and bananas, we can afford those. Yeah, cherries are expensive, okay. Let's just do this. So 2 something, yep. 1 something, yep. Cheap, expensive, perfect. And now should we sort? Filter created a new reference, so let's sort by name, I guess. Can you subtract strings? I don't think you can you? Yeah. You can do that. Okay, so fine. Dot name greater than. Okay, wait. I forget what greater. Greater is that lower down the alphabet. Okay, then swap. Let's keep. Is that adequate? Let's see. Strawberry, pineapple reversed. Green apple. Yeah. Doesn't, like, this isn't coding with intention. What's his name? Would be upset, probably. But let's see if this works. Add apple, remove. Okay, all right. Cool, all right, it sorts, and this won't be sorted, but that's okay. It's kind of the order you added. That's fine. Quantity, I keep thinking up is first. That's 5. Total, that's a good one. All right, we need the total. Last thing I think we need to do. So let's get our product adapt. That's going to be a selector because it's going to reduce over the items and add the total. And multiply with quantity. Yeah. Get selectors. The total price. And this is going to take in state and do state dot. Let's call it products. I don't care. Reduce. 0. Start with 0. And we get total, which is a number, and then we're going to get price and quantity. Let's do total plus price. Okay, we get total price, and go back to our app component. We don't need that anymore. Let's see. Service dot cart store dot get total price. That was easy. Okay, what? Okay, where's the cart? Right there. We did just call it total. This is again something that could have been calculated, derived inside the component itself, but I prefer to put it in an adapter because that's reusable logic and it's easily testable and it's nice. Components should be so stupid. They should be so thin. So yeah, let's just use that, and so far so good. 418, yeah. 27, perfect. Let's add an easy one. There's an easy one. $1.22. That's 11.67. Good. Good. Okay. All right. There you go. That is the shopping feature. It is done now. I'm pretty sure. So what did we do? Recap. We've got this app component, and we've got these components that we need to handle events and give state to. First, we've got the products and filters. Well, here are all the products right here. Here are all the cart products. This kind of uses multiple, so I kind of want to put this down here. Just conceptually. So we've got, I'll put these together because these are all the products. You've got regular cart, we've got regular products, we've got cart. We have these events that can come from either of them. And remove from cart. And if it's coming from the cart, then the in-cart change event is going to cause it to remove. If it's coming from the products, the same event will actually cause it to add to the cart. So that hooks up very well. And then we've got state that we're binding from our stores. And then we've got a combined store here, a joined store between filters and products, and yeah, that produces filtered products. So let's talk about filters first, I guess. Yeah, it's just the filter adapter. It's very specific. That's fine. Then with service, the service, we're just creating a simple store with the event here, the source. Yeah, very simple stuff here. And products is more interesting. A lot of things can happen. You can change the quantity. Haven't updated price yet, but that will be trivial to do. Didn't do anything asynchronous in this demo. That's probably fine. But you can add and remove, and then you've got the total. And like, this is so great. It is a reusable chunk of state that goes with the logic. It's got this interface, and then these are things that can happen to it. It feels almost like object-oriented programming, honestly. Except with time traveling and good state management and immutable state updates. So that's kind of weird and annoying, the flicker. I'm sure there's an easy way to update it, but the point is, with that product adapter, it handles this type of object, and there are a bunch of things you can calculate that are relevant to this object. I have no idea why you would want to do this, but you could calculate a price, like a total amount here, for items here. I don't know. One thing that you could do is just get count, and honestly, you could there could be an adapter that's just for general array methods, honestly, and have selectors that return the generic array methods for anything, and then you can have this extended by instead of just yeah, I mean, this is a concrete adapter that we're creating right here. So you could just do const array adapter and create something there, and then instantiate it with products as the type, and then refer to it here. Like get selectors, just spread out those array selectors, and you would get automatically all the selectors that you would want from arrays, like get last, get first, get count, whatever. Anyway, it's not like it's going to change your life or anything, but that could be really helpful. So yeah, you could show the count, total items in your cart, especially if it's an icon and you want to show how many items. And then you could even add quantity into that, so multiply each item by the quantity. Maybe that isn't what you'd want. But total available items, that's something that would help with that. So yeah, and the cool thing is you can, like, whether it's in the cart or not, like this could have been a Boolean that toggle with products, probably, but we have the flexibility to just have them be different, separate places in the store. So yeah, look how cool that is. Yeah, neat. So yeah, I think this is a very easy pattern to extend to large projects, honestly. This filter function kind of got a little big. Honestly, this makes me feel like I should have created a separate store for filtered products, a separate service, and then it would just be this chunk right here in it. Yeah. Also, I kind of want to define this separately. I think that'd be a good best practice, is to define your secondary selectors, your derived your joined selectors in their own file. So, like, let's say I had products and filters. I could create a new one, and then in here I would do like something like this, and it would just be this function here. And I would have to define it using the adapters. The adapter types. That'd be a good example to show at some point. I'd have to remember how to do it first. That's probably a good thing. But yeah, it should be easy. The goal is to just define these input types. That's what you would need. Oops. Yeah, so you need to be able to define these, and then in the service itself, you just pass join first store, second store, and then your selector function, selector combine function, whatever it's called, join selector function. So yeah, maybe I did create a function for this already in the core. Yeah, I don't think I created that yet. Maybe I won't. I don't know. Um, but for now, this is fine. Um, how would I do it? So I think, man, it's been too long. It's been actually a year since I first started working on this project, so that's why I can't remember this exactly. It hasn't come up recently. Um, but yeah, um, this is okay. So what I would like to do is I would like to create a function that takes in adapters as parameters, and so it's kind of like this. It's just like join, but it returns just these inner selectors here, this object right here. It doesn't connect them to any specific place in the store or anything like that. It's just sort of like a disembodied, like it's detached. Yeah, it's like detached version of this. And you can create it just with adapters as the inputs, and then it'll inherit the selectors, and then it'll give you this kind of thing to work with. It's really just state or type inference. That's really what it would be used for, because once you actually pass it in here, this is when you actually get the selectors, because they are the full selectors, the ones with the state path in them as well. So yeah, so it would be for type inference. You just pass in the adapters, and then you pass it in here actually. So yeah, that's how that would end up going. The stores, they need to be done in a service. They can't be on their own, because they require the dependency injection for the init method to be created. So yeah. Okay, so I should probably make that soon. That function, if I haven't already somewhere, then I just missed it somehow. I do not think I created it. I wrote this somewhere. I worked on this idea, and I have to figure out where it was. Anyway, sorry. This is sort of unrelated to this demo. But yeah, I would definitely define this logic right here in its own place, in its own yeah. This would make it worth it to create this other folder, because this ended up being a lot bigger than I thought it would be. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, I hope that was helpful compared to nothing, because I have very little time at the moment. Like, I have time, but I have so much to do with this stuff, so much to do, and I'm selling this house as well. So I've been pretty busy with a lot of things. So I just I hope this helps. Kind of, hopefully, as I spoke, I introduced ideas and concepts that just my mindset. I hope that is what I communicated as I worked on this demo. So hopefully it was helpful in that way. And later I will definitely be creating more content. If not me, like hopefully somebody else does. I would love to do it, but I also, yeah, I have a lot of things to do. So I'm just gonna be doing as much as I can. That's what I can promise. But yeah, this was a fun demo. So I will probably re-implement it in some other state management libraries just to compare them. And yeah, because still not enough people are interested in this yet. So I need way more people to be interested in this. It's, yeah, I really love this. I want to make apps this way, and I want this to become a common thing that people use. Yeah. So I didn't give the original like caveats that people always give, like, oh, this is just a quick design, don't worry about that. But yeah, this was a quick design. I just, not refined, just found a bunch of free SVGs. Hopefully it's acceptable, but yeah. Anyway, hope you enjoyed it. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'd love to hear any feedback. Thanks a lot.